Welcome to My Closest Friend.
I'm Caitlin Durkin.
I'm Tyler Wilson.
And this is
our podcast where we interview some of our closest friends for you all our closest friends.
Everybody's a closest friend.
Where we live.
And where we live is Tyler's house right now.
We're in my backyard right now.
We are out in the backyard on a sunny, beautiful day.
Beautiful day.
Just enjoying the sun, basking in it, kind of sweating off all the sunscreen we've put on.
God. Letting the birds sing to us, singing back to them.
Oh my god, should we sing?
Should we sing?
Okay.
Do your favorite song.
Okay.
You know your favorite song.
Oh, I know my favorite song.
Yeah. Caitlin loves whale songs.
I love whale noises.
And then I'll do my favorite song.
Please.
Oh, say, can you see?
It's good. We can harmonize because we're very close friends.
Closest of friends. Yes. But yeah, we kind of wanted to take this episode just to introduce ourselves to you all, our loyal listeners, and thank you also for tuning in.
And thank you for subscribing.
Thank you for...
And following on Spotify and Apple Music and anywhere where you can get a podcast.
And also on Instagram and TikTok.
And YouTube probably
YouTube,
as well.
You can subscribe to us there also. So that's perfect.
That's perfect.
So you have some things to do. You have some action
Everybody
items.
has homework.
Everyone has action items.
Everyone write it down on your to-do list and then check it off.
Yes.
It'll make you feel good and productive.
Because that's a serotonin boost.
Yes.
It is.
To check off a checklist.
Oh my god, to check off a checklist. Nothing better.
What dreams are made of.
What dreams are made of. What countries are built out of. Oh, say can you see? Okay. But yeah, I mean,
so obviously in the future we're going to start having some friends on for like guests, just to like kind of interview them and get to know them. But for today we just kind of wanted to keep it simple, keep it just us.
Yeah.
But we'll start having some guests on later, obviously. Yeah. It'll be fun though.
Should we introduce ourselves?
Yes.
Okay. Do you want to go first?
Yeah, ladies first.
Ladies first. Forgot it.
Hi, I'm Caitlin. I'm 22 years old. I'm a Capricorn, and I was previously vegetarian for 5 years.
That's awesome. My name is Tyler. I am a Taurus. I'm 21 years old, and I have never been vegetarian, not once in my life.
Wouldn't make sense.
Wouldn't make even a lick of sense. Oh, say can you see?
Oh, and also I'm sipping water from my hydro flask. And Tyler, what are you having today?
I'm sipping water from my Owala.
Amazing.
Can you listen to that?
Oh,
okay, I don't think that resonated.
Okay, we'll try it one more time.
I just want the noise of the... Did you hear the pop?
And then notice how hydro flasks are perfect for the office or classroom because they don't make a loud, obnoxious noise. Oh, perfect. Okay. You didn't even hear it.
It meant nothing to our listeners at home because this is a radio play.
This is, yes.
Perfect.
It's audio.
An audio medium.
Yeah.
Okay.
In a way.
One
could say.
In a sense.
Okay. I think we introed.
Did we?
Do you feel good about that?
Yeah.
Cool.
I think,
Do you want to get into, like, I don't know, the bulk of it or whatever?
Yeah. Maybe I'm in the bathroom before we do the rest of it because I don't want to have to interrupt in the middle.
Okay, yeah, that's fair. Okay. Cool.
Just gonna...
I'll just wait here.
Oh, hey there, sweet thing.
Hey. Hi.
What's your name?
Oh, hi, I'm Caitlin. I'm Tyler's friend. I'm just visiting.
Oh, so I didn't recognize you.
Yeah, hey.
I'm Tyler's neighbor.
Hi, what's your name?
My name is Miss.
Hi, Miss. It's good to meet you.
Yes.
Hi. Have you known Tyler for a long time?
I've known Tyler since he was just about a bud.
Oh my god, really? So you've gotten to kind of watch him blossom?
Just like a flower he has.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah, I've known Tyler for 3 years now.
3 years?
Yeah, so I've kind of watched him blossom too, actually.
That's a beautiful thing to hear. Yup, you mind if I come over? If I just
No, oh my God, yeah, no, please. Tyler's actually in the bathroom. I'm sure he'll come out soon, though.
It's just a beautiful day.
It's so nice, right? It's hot, though.
It's really hot.
Yeah, it's hot.
It is a hot day outside.
Do you prefer hot or cold?
I think that I prefer sort of lukewarm.
You like a lukewarm?
Because my son's name is Luke.
And so
every
sweet.
time I'm like, this is lukewarm.
Well, wait, Miss, can I ask you a question?
Yes, of course.
This is kind of like a chicken or the egg situation.
Well,
Did you name Luke because you like lukewarm, or did you start liking lukewarm after you had Luke?
That's a really beautiful question. And I'm going to tell you exactly how that went down,
oh my God,
actually.
Please. I have time, honestly. Tyler famously takes a while to, he starts doing his hair.
He does. I see him through the window in his bathroom.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because
Do you have a direct view?
Yes, he forgets to put the shade down occasionally.
Oh, okay. Maybe I'll warn him, too. Do you think
Hopefully not.
Hopefully not?
No.
Okay, miss. Okay.
Let me say, when I was pregnant with Luke, I was certain of just about one thing, and that was that I was going to do a home birth. And on top of that, I was going to do a home birth in a bathtub.
Oh, a water birth.
In a water birth.
Oh, that's really interesting.
Because I knew, because I do believe in evolution. And I was...
Me too, honestly.
Well, that's... Okay, so we got common ground already.
Me too, yeah.
So, on account of the evolution, one of the things I know is that people came from fish. I don't know much. I know just one thing for certain.
But you're positive about that.
I'm absolutely upside down positive.
I'm sorry. And we will get back to
of course.
The water birth, because I am really interested in that,
yes,
actually.
Naturally.
But could you describe how you think evolution happened? I'm so interested to pick your brain on that.
Yeah, so as far as I'm concerned, so I do believe that sort of when the world was new, right, it was mostly just ocean, from what I understand.
Yeah. Do you have, a timeline on that? About how many years ago?
This was probably, 300, 400 years ago?
Okay. Yeah, sure.
And in the ocean, there are a lot of fish. And I can tell you that much because I have been to Punta Cana.
Oh, have you?
Yes, and I went snorkeling there. And
oh my God,
I will tell you some of the most gorgeous fish I ever seen in my entire life.
Sure.
Not like the kind you get on a plate, because those are kind of all...
Those are always
they look the same.
They all do kind of, except for, have you had salmon?
Well, yes, because pink is my favorite color.
Oh my God, so pretty. Have you ever had orange roughy?
I don't know what on God's green earth you're talking about.
I don't know. My dad used to make it on camping trips.
Well, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's really
I don't even remember if it's orange, though.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
you like pink.
One thing I know for certain is that some fish are orange and pink and red and blue.
Yes.
And when I was swimming through the ocean, there's a rainbow of fish.
And actually... Sorry, happy Pride.
Happy Pride to all of you.
Right?
And so I was swimming through the ocean, and I said, well, these fish are really amazing. And I felt sort of a kinship with them. And I knew that was because of evolution and how evolution resulted in fish climbing out of the ocean. Because I think maybe they got a little bit tired of the water, probably.
Oh, is that the leading theory?
That they probably started to prune up, if I had to guess, because every time I go into an ocean or a pool for too long, I'll tell you, I start looking like you put a raisin in the sun. And I am just, the moisture is just, it is evaporating from me, and I become wrinkly. I look like an old leather couch.
Oh my God.
So what
I could never picture you as an old leather couch.
Thank you.
You are so beautiful.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
So beautiful. And that hat is gorgeous.
Thank you. It's one of my larger ones.
Yeah, it's great. You don't even need it like an umbrella.
No, God, no, because it kind of covers me in about 3 feet radius. Why don't you take a step underneath my hat for a second?
Oh my God, thank you.
It's cooler under here.
Yeah.
Much cooler.
I can feel it dropping.
Much cooler.
Yeah, this is great. Oh my God. And now we're actually very close.
I feel like we've gotten really close.
I feel very close to you, miss.
So anyway, the fish climb out of the water. They're getting pruny. They're saying, I need to let my skin plump back up. And sort of lo and behold, they're like, well, here's the problem. I've got about 4 fins, if you count the dorsal, and I got no feet.
Right.
So what ends up happening is one of them is like, we have to naturally select for fish with feet.
Yes.
Now that's some science I don't think I can completely go into or understand.
Yeah.
But I can say with confidence that from point A to point B, those fish develop feet.
Right. And you're kind of sorry, but if I may, it seems a little bit like you think they you're kind of wondering if maybe there was a fish with feet.
There probably was.
And they just happened to find that fish.
They probably found him.
Okay. So it wasn't necessarily that they kind of developed into... Happy Pride. That they kind of developed eventually with feet. It sounds like there was a fish that had feet. He hadn't yet come to land. And when he finally did, they started to naturally select with that fish.
Yes. He was probably the kind of the cream of the crop, if I had to guess.
He was probably had
I'm
ladies
guessing
all over him.
those ladyfish were thinking, my, oh my, I want to lay some eggs with him. Because I think...
you look questioning about this laying eggs.
Because now that I'm thinking about it...
Do fish lay eggs?
Do fish lay eggs? I think they do.
I don't know if science has cracked that yet.
We should get back to the scientists about that.
We should ask them. I'm sure there's one around here.
Oh my God, my back neighbor is a scientist.
Your back neighbor?
My neighbor, because we're in the side neighbor's yard right now.
But in the back neighbor?
In the back neighbor, he's got a scientist.
Oh
I'm just going to holler at him, because he's always outside watering his plants, by the way. Dr. Phil! Phil, I got a science question for you.
Okay.
Phil.
Miss, you know I haven't practiced science in a long time, but I'll try to remember.
Phil is like riding a bike, I'm sure.
I'm sure.
Okay, Phil. Dr. Phil.
Yeah.
Do fish lay eggs?
Oh, you know, miss, that's a great question. Science actually hasn't cracked that yet.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Yeah. What you got over there? You got Tyler over there?
No, I don't. I got Tyler's friend from school, Caitlin.
Oh, hey, Caitlin, I'm Phil.
Sorry, what?
Caitlin's a little hard of hearing. She sleeps in her AirPods.
I'm Phil. Don't do that. Science says that's bad.
Oh, you heard that, Caitlin.
Sorry, what?
All right, well, the fish think they don't know about, so I'm going to get back to watering my plants.
Caitlin, I know you can't hear him for the life of you, but he said that science has not cracked the fish egg situation yet.
They haven't cracked it.
All right, you have a good day, Phil.
That is so interesting. Thank you for getting Phil's attention there.
Of course.
That's great.
Phil's a good guy. Anytime I need sugar or like a chemical, I go over because he's a scientist.
Sugar or a chemical.
Sugar or a chemical. Well, because he
have.
bakes too. Because you know what they say about baking as compared to cooking? Baking is more of a science, whereas cooking is more of an art.
I have heard that because of baking soda and the other one.
Yes, I think that's right. I think it's baking soda and the other one. So speaking of, so the fish, that one fish was getting around, I'm sure, laying eggs or having live births with just about any woman who would be interested, because they all wanted their kids to have legs.
Right.
And just kind of in due time, we ended up with like the Roman Empire, and then I think after that probably came the British.
Okay.
At some point, the Chinese came up, and then God bless it, America. And then we will. Have you heard Tyler's favorite song, by the way?
Oh my God, that's so funny. We were just singing it.
It's a beautiful hymn. And then we arrived at human beings, and and so that's always been, because I'm a bit of a history buff.
Wait, sorry, just let me double check your timeline there.
Yes.
So it's the fish came out. They laid eggs with the fish that had the legs.
With the legs.
Then we had Rome.
Yep.
Then the English.
Yep.
Then the Chinese.
Yes.
Then America, and then we became human beings.
We were not human before America, because democracy is the foundation of humanity. Of humanism.
Oh my God! Yeah. Okay.
And so,
I'm sorry. Could you just quick definition check on humanism?
Humanism is kind of the practice of being a human.
Perfect.
And so, I was thinking that, in life, all things are nuanced. And as much as our culture has really leaned into this humanism thing, sometimes it's important to go back to your roots. And I was saying that the fact that we give birth, which is just sort of a wet, messy activity.
Yeah, that's what I've heard.
On land, that doesn't sit right to me. Because to be honest with you, like, as you know, we've spent some time discussing, I'm kind of preoccupied with the way fish went about doing things back when fish were around. And ruined the world. Of course, fish are still around, salmon. But we I was...
But this was like 400 years
400
ago.
years
when
ago.
they were kind of the kings of
when
the
they were
the
when they
place.
were the ruling the joint.
And when the whole earth was covered by ocean.
Well, whole earth was covered by ocean. Mm-hmm. And so I was thinking, let's sort of bring this very base function of biology back to where it belongs, which is the water. Mm-hmm. So I set up. We ran a bath in my house. This was when I was just about 9 months with my Lukey to be, and we ran the bath. And naturally, you're like, I want to take a hot bath.
Naturally,
I get in the bath. I'm like, holy smokes. Like, I feel
smokes
like...
literally,
Literally,
probably.
I'm cooking.
Yeah.
I am sous videing.
Oh, my gosh.
In the damn bathtub.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, you know what? My baby's going to come out medium rare.
Oh, my
I'm
God.
getting worried for a second.
And you like your steak mooing, I bet.
Absolutely, I need that blood red.
Yeah, I
And
bet.
so I said to my husband, Mr., I said, we need to run a much cooler bath. And God bless, rest in peace, Mr. passed away recently. Yeah, hit by a bus.
I'm so sorry to hear that.
Mr.
I'm sorry you're crying, aren't you?
I'm crying a little bit, but it's okay. So anyway, God bless Mr.'s heart. So Mr. passed. He got hit by a bus.
Yes.
And
I'm so sorry for your loss.
That's okay. But I said I need to run a much cooler bath. And so Mr. said, let's do that. He turned that faucet all the way sort of clockwise.
What a great husband.
He's a great man, Mr. And then I got in and I said, "Bruh!" And I said, well, this is going to be a problem. My baby's going to come out blue. And I was not trying to have a Smurf as a child. By the way, I love the Smurfs.
Great movie.
Great movie. The two with Neil Patrick Harris.
I mean, one of our best.
Well, he's a really phenomenal one.
Happy Pride.
And so I said, this is too much. I said, we have to turn the kind of spoke right to the middle. And I got into that bath ready
kind
for
of like a Goldilocks situation.
It was definitely a Goldilocks situation. Yeah. One of my favorite stories, by the way, too. One of my favorite stories.
Who do you most identify with in that story?
Probably the little bear, I think.
Yeah.
Not
the mama. That's interesting.
I thought she was a bitch.
Okay.
So we turn the spoke to the middle, and the water, I get in it, and I go, this is perfectly temperate. In fact, this is wonderful. This is just lukewarm enough. And at that moment, I realized two things. Yeah. A, lukewarm was my favorite temperature. Yeah. And B, I was going to name my precious baby boy Luke.
Okay, so this is so interesting. So it's not really a chicken and the egg. And also, by the way, since you've been talking, I have developed a new, chicken and the egg.
Okay,
kind of,
that's perfect.
Thing, which you can say, the fish or the feet.
Oh, that's really good.
The fish or the feet.
And I think it's a similar answer, which is that we came to, which is that
once.
Just at the same time.
At the same time. That is so interesting. So both... Your favorite temperature was discovered at the moment when you decided your baby boy's name.
Yes, exactly.
During your home water birth.
During my home water birth.
With Mr.
Yes, with Mr. Rest in peace.
Yeah.
Oh,
wow.
So, yeah, I mean, that was it. And so, just, I guess to go back to your original question, which is, do I prefer the hot or the cold? I prefer lukewarm.
And thank you for circling back, miss.
It's really important to tie the loop together on these things.
It really is.
And so, yes, I do prefer...
Time is a circle.
Oh, my goodness. If I know two things for positive, it's that humans came from fish. And that time is a circle.
Yeah.
And so... So, yeah, and I guess that's why I wear a big hat, but I stand outside on a hot day.
Yeah, that's because you're kind of doing a lukewarm...
It creates a lukewarm sort of situation.
Yeah, that's so interesting. And, I mean, seriously, the weather under this hat is amazing.
It's really good.
It's really
I'm glad that you're enjoying it as much as I am.
Oh, my God, yeah, I really am. And can I just say... Sorry if this is a weird comment, because I know we haven't known each other that long, but I am feeling really close to you.
Really close to you.
Oh, what? What is this smell on you? You smell so good.
That's a really brilliant question. So that is my signature scent. So we haven't even gotten into kind of what I do as a profession.
That's a great point. I'm so sorry, miss. I feel like we just dove straight into that
because we
story.
Connected so quickly.
It has felt almost immediate.
Absolutely. So I'm actually a perfumist. which means that I make perfumes.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But I really only wear just one perfume.
Which is your signature?
Which is my signature scent.
See, can I say something? That is so classy.
Thank you.
Not enough people do that.
Have a signature scent.
Not
it's a
enough
trademark.
people do.
You wouldn't walk out the house every day with a different haircut.
Miss, can I tell you a true story?
Perfect.
When I was in middle school, I was reading a lot of sort of like YA novels.
Got it.
Right? And in a lot of them, they would describe the main female, like especially like in like John Green books, as having like a specific.
Wait, John Green?
Yeah.
Oh my God, he's my neighbor to the other side.
You're kidding. He's your front neighbor?
1 second, he's my front neighbor. He is always in his front yard. Let me just yell, John!
Yeah?
John Green, this is Tyler's, Tyler, your diagonal neighbor.
Oh.
This is his friend Caitlin.
Yeah. Oh, hi, Caitlin.
Caitlin's a big fan of your books.
Yeah, I read like all of them when I was in middle school. They're great. They're so good.
Oh, thanks. Thanks, that means a lot to me.
All right, John, you go run along now.
Okay, I'm just making papyrus over here, so I just gotta go back to doing that.
This between you and me, Caitlin, underneath the hat right now.
Yeah.
That man is always making papyrus.
Really?
Does he know you can go to Staples and buy paper and book?
I bet he maybe doesn't.
I don't think he knows.
But like kind of artists sort of have their.
That's a good point. I wouldn't want to. And by the way, to talk about process.
Oh please,
my perfuming. But first, we have to finish that story.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Sorry, I kind of do this. This is sort of how I. But sorry for getting us a little off track. But I just remember in these John Green books, and I mean, what an honor to have met him. But I remember that like kind of all of the lead characters, especially women, kind of these manic pixie dream girls, I later learned. But they would have
What on earth is that?
We can't even get into that right now, miss. But I would kind of realize that they would have like something very signature about them. It would be like, she always smelled like vanilla. Or like she always had like that green hair tie. And so I sort of manufactured little things about myself. And the main one I remember is I liked watermelon gum. And I was like, I'm just going to chew this all day, every day, so that people will be like, oh, Caitlin, my crush, who always smells like watermelon. So it's kind of like that. That was sort of my signature scent, was extra watermelon gum.
That's really fascinating.
Yeah.
I never thought about it like that. Like that you could be chewing gum and that would become your signature scent.
Yeah.
Because
you're kind of doing spray situations.
Yeah, honestly, I find that a bit offensive, I would say, almost. Because my craft is like a really refined art form.
Yeah.
And
it shouldn't be $1.29 at CVS.
Yeah, and it just shouldn't be something you're smacking around in your mouth, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I don't mean to be like, could you step back for a second?
Yeah.
Just out from underneath the hat, because I'm just getting a little bit claustrophobic.
No, of course. Yeah, no, I get that. Sorry, it's your personal space.
No, of course, it's fine. I just...
I'm sorry, miss. I didn't mean to...
No, it's totally fine. It's totally fine. It's just, I just take it, my perfumering really, really seriously.
Exactly. I'm so sorry to have offended
and my signature scent, that's kind of a labor of love.
Right.
Because it has top notes, it has mid notes, and it's got low notes as well.
Do you kind of feel like the mid notes might be your favorite because they're sort of the closest to like a lukewarm?
I think so, absolutely. Yeah. Top notes can just be kind of hot, and low notes can be sort of cold.
Yeah,
so,
that makes sense.
So I try to minimize those as much as possible. Yes, that's really a great point. And so I was, I try to minimize it as much as possible to have those two on the ends there. But you have to have all three levels, otherwise the scent is it's too flat.
Yeah.
And so like I said before, everything is nuance. And so, because if there are three things I know for sure, is that everything is nuance, time is a circle, and humans came from fish. So the top notes, I keep that really subtle. That's like a pine scent.
Okay.
Like a pine tree.
Yeah. And
the bottom note, I also do pine.
Okay. So you're kind of doing a pine sandwich.
Yes, because pine is it kind of falls to the back a little bit, you know?
Do you do the pine?
Yeah, just snip them right off my tree here.
The ones right behind you?
Mm-hmm.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, I do, absolutely. And then the middle note, that's where things get a little bit complicated. Because it is also mostly pine. But it's a different kind of approach to the pine.
Oh, okay.
Which is that, the first part of it the top notes and the bottom notes, I kind of just throw the pine in there. It's sort of just like, pine. Okay, are you getting a little hot?
Yeah, it's a little warm.
Okay, you can step back in.
Are you sure? I do really apologize. I didn't mean to offend you.
That's completely fine.
Okay, thank you.
You know what? Let's let bygones be bygones.
Yes.
You know, and just.
Thank you.
We should be.
Oh my God, it's so much cooler.
Yeah, it's nice.
Thank you, and I do feel closer to you.
Thank you.
It's just nice to be physically close when you're, talking about something so emotional as like your signature scent.
Yeah, and so that's kind of where I was getting at here, which is that the middle note of pine is actually, it's the same sort of chemically as the top and bottom note of pine, but that middle note right there, that comes from something. There's something about that process, Top note, bottom note, I kind of just throw the pine in there.
Mm-hmm.
The middle note, that's where something special comes in. And I can't describe it. It's
really?
something very spiritual.
Oh.
I'm very spiritual.
Yeah. Do you almost like feel like you can't describe it because you sort of go into like this other place and you don't even know how you're kind of making that middle note?
I'm in a completely different world when I'm there. I mean, I just feel like I can't explain what I'm doing sort of in our reality plane, but I can absolutely explain what I'm experiencing in that kind of surreal plane there.
No, please.
Which is that everything, all of the sudden, I'm taken back to my time in Punta Cana. And I'm there, I'm underwater, I'm in that coral reef.
Oh,
and the fish come up to me.
Yeah.
And they're saying to me, I smell something. And I say, what's it that you smell, fish? And that fish says, pine. And I say, that's exactly what I got on right now. And then I wake up and the perfume's done.
Wow.
Speaking to the fish.
Wow. That is so fascinating. So it's kind of like, I guess like fish really kind of have a through line through your kind of whole thing, which is probably why you feel so kind of connected to them.
To the fish.
And why that like water birth probably made so much sense
for me.
Yeah. Wow.
I don't know. I just think maybe I need to return to being a fish.
Oh, really?
Because I know time's a circle, right? And I'm just kind of spitballing here. So
no, please.
Forgive me. But time's a circle.
Yeah.
Obviously, in a past life, I was a fish because we all were.
Yeah.
But there's just something about, I don't know, just being a human that just don't sit right with me.
Mm-hmm.
There's something about it, this awareness of, the artifice of it all. The fact that I gotta wear some perfume, I gotta wear a big hat.
Yeah.
It don't really sit too nicely with me.
Yeah.
And so that's why I have decided, ever since Luke moved out and Mr. passed, I've decided actually that I'm not going to be Tyler's neighbor any longer, and I'm not going to be Dr. Phil's neighbor any longer, and I'm not going to be John Green's neighbor any longer. I'm going to move to the ocean.
Really? Wow.
Yep, I'm just going to pack my bags.
Mm-hmm. You're gonna bring your bags with you to the ocean?
To the ocean.
Wow.
And I'm gonna go out on a boat probably.
Mm-hmm. Do you think you're gonna return to Punta Cana for it?
Probably to Punta Cana because that's where I felt this I keep returning to in my mind.
Right.
And I think I'm gonna live on a houseboat. I haven't quite figured out if there's a way for me to spend most of my time underwater that's like economically feasible because oxygen tanks.
Yeah, I was going to say, are you scuba certified?
So, actually, no, I'm not.
Okay.
But that's going to be one of the first steps for sure.
Yeah,
because I've only ever been snorkeling.
Can I say something? This was right before you came out here, but Tyler and I were talking about how fun it is to check something off a to-do list. So that could be kind of fun if you make a to-do list.
I don't think I've ever made a to-do list in my life.
Really?
Could you show me how?
Of course I can show you how. Yeah, you really just kind of write down the things you need to do.
All right, let me bring out my pen and paper that I keep in these zippers on my hat.
Okay, perfect. Mm-hmm. This is such a cool hat that you have here.
It's really everything you could ever want.
It really is. Okay, so perfect. So I would write down, pack your bags.
I pack my bags.
And then leave.
Leave.
And then you can say arrive in Punta Cana.
Arrive in Punta Cana.
And then you can put get your houseboat.
Get my houseboat.
Get scuba certified.
Get scuba certified.
And then spend time with the fish.
Spend time with the fish.
And I don't want to make you emotional by bringing up Mr. again.
Absolutely.
But it feels like, kind of through this conversation, what I've sort of learned about you and Mr., it feels like Mr. really is your fish with feet.
Oh my God.
And I just think that when you go to Punta Cana and you live on the houseboat and you get scuba certified and you spend that time under the ocean, I think you're going to feel really connected to Mr. again. And I think you're going to find a fish with feet, and it's going to be a sign.
That he's with me.
That he's with you.
That's really beautiful.
Yeah.
So the last step on that list is going to be find the fish with feet. So that you know that Mr's still with you. Even though he was flattened by a school bus full of children.
But can I say something kind of crazy?
Yes.
School bus, school of fish.
You just opened something up to me. Mm-hmm. You just opened my mind up to something so much grander, I think, than, you know what?
Mm-hmm.
I feel, I'm going to take my hat off for a second. You have opened my mind, and for the first time in forever, I feel like I'm worthy of letting the sun shine on me.
Oh, Miss, can I give you a hug?
Yes, you absolutely can.
God.
I think you're just about one of my closest friends, Kaylin.
Yes, you are one of my closest friends. I'm so glad we met.
I'm really glad this happened.
I'm just really glad that I got to meet you, especially before your big travel, your big leave. I'm just so glad that I got to connect with you when you were still Tyler's neighbor. I just feel really happy that we had this moment to be so close with one another.
I'm really happy too. All right, then
it's time to check off that first thing on the list.
I think it's just about time.
I think it's time to go pack those bags.
All right, then.
All right, Miss. Have a great time on your journey. I wish you all the best, and I just know big things are ahead for you.
Thank you, Caitlin. That really does mean a lot.
Oh my gosh.
I'm gonna head back inside of my yard.
All right.
And then into my house.
Have fun in there.
And then pack my bag.
Okay.
Just gonna put my hat back on first.
Amazing, yeah.
Because it's getting a little hot out here.
It's very hot. Amazing. Bye, Miss.
Bye, Caitlin. It's good knowing you.
You too.
Okay, Caitlin, sorry about that.
Oh my God. Hey.
Oh my God. I don't know, what I had for breakfast.
That was what.
Okay, sorry, we can start.
Okay. Actually,
the thing's been rolling.
Yeah, this is kind of crazy, but I met Miss.
My neighbor?
Your neighbor.
My side neighbor, Miss?
Yeah, the side neighbor. Well, actually, honestly, I got a little chat to John Green. He
I
told
love
me he
his
was
books.
diagonal.
Yeah, he's really nice, actually. He's a great
But I guess
neighbor.
diagonal is kind of like a harder one to know.
It's a harder one to know because he's not directly across. And also he spends so much time, I think, making papyrus in his house.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
And that's, I don't know, it's the chemicals don't smell great, so I try not to walk
But speaking of
across
chemicals,
yes.
I also met the scientist, Dr. Phil.
Oh, he's really
diagonal
nice.
Towards the back.
Yes, he was my biology teacher in school.
Oh, okay. I was wondering about that.
Yeah, he would
really
specialize in marine biology, actually. He talked a lot about fish in class. Yeah.
He specializes in that?
In marine biology.
That's so interesting. I guess there are just some things that they haven't cracked yet.
Yeah, there were a lot of things, because it's kind of like a baking cooking situation where there's there's a middle ground between science and art, and I think marine biology is really kind of in that middle ground too.
It
so
might
they
be kind of the middle of kind of the ocean and the land.
That's I guess actually.
He's the
he's kind of
scientists are
mediating
land, but
the two.
they're going between. Yeah, they're kind of between the two.
It's really interesting. Kind of like a fish with legs.
Tyler, I'm so glad we recorded this because you have to listen back. You and Miss have a lot in common.
Really?
Honestly, this is so crazy. Miss and I got so close.
I can't believe it.
And we only talked for 30 minutes.
She's like a kooky old woman.
No, she was lovely. Seriously, one of my closest friends. I'm not kidding.
Really?
Right now. Yes, and honestly, you guys would get along too because obviously we're very close. And everything you're saying, point for point, like, you and Miss would connect so well. But can I tell you something crazy?
What's happening?
She's moving far. She's not going to be close anymore. She's not going to be your side neighbor.
But now I'm only now learning that I have a lot in common with her.
I know. She's moving to Punta Cana.
That's a beautiful place.
Stunning. She's going to live on a houseboat.
Oh my God.
She's going to get scuba certified. I mean, we wrote it all down in a to-do list. I told her about to-do lists. She hadn't even heard of them before.
She's never heard of to-do lists?
Never had done a to-do list.
I guess maybe that's she's from a different time.
Different generation. Totally. But she was telling me all about Mister, and she's just going to go back and, like, feel connected with the fish and, like, be in the ocean and get scuba certified and just, like, and literally look for a fish with legs. So that's crazy you said that. That's so funny. Yeah.
That's amazing. You never know who could be next door.
Literally anybody can be your closest friend. You are constantly meeting new people to be closest friends with.
Oh my God. Well, that's amazing.
It's so beautiful.
I mean,
honestly, like, this is crazy. I know we were going to, like, talk ourselves for our first episode, but, like, we have kind of enough content. Maybe we could just air my episode with Miss, and then, like, we can kind of do, like, our, like, legit one.
Yeah, we can, like, actually plan it next week.
Yeah.
Okay, that's like
it was really
fun
nice.
And spontaneous.
Yeah. You should listen to it. It was really sweet. It was a great conversation.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Yeah, it was really nice.
That's really wonderful.
Yeah.
Okay, well.
Serendipity, I guess. You know.
I guess it is.
Yeah.
All right then.
Yeah.
Well, I guess.
Cool. I guess that's episode 1 done.
That's episode 1 done.
Okay. Cool.
All right, in the bag.
Awesome. Amazing.
Well, thank you guys for listening.
Thank you guys so much for listening. I stay tuned for next week. When we actually
we get a real guest.
We'll do a real one. Yeah.
Okay. Perfect.
Awesome. Okay,
all right. Well.
Cool.
I guess. Oh
my God, I'm so excited about this. This is really fun.
Make sure you follow us on all of our platforms.
Yeah, please
and
follow
stuff.
us.
Apple, Spotify, Amazon, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. Perfect. Easy
There's
to
6.
remember.
Put them on the to-do list.
Oh my God.
Be like Miss. Start a to-do list. If you've never done one before, you can do one now. You know? That's what it's all about.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
All right. Well, bye-bye.
Bye.